A McCain campaign spokesman says vice presidential candidate Sarah Palin will not cooperate with investigators looking into the so-called Troopergate scandal. Palin has been accused of firing her public safety commissioner, Walter Monaghan, because he refused to dismiss a state trooper who had divorced Palin's sister. Well, last night, Monaghan appeared on the Rachel Maddow show here on MSNBC, and he addressed the controversy.
The very first time I even heard Trooper Wooten's name was through her husband, Todd, who wanted to tell me what kind of character that was working for me, and how he had filed a complaint and had documents and pictures, and primarily he wanted to describe the character of Trooper Wooten. And that was in January of '07. It continued right up until the last, I think, that popped up on this was in February of this year. So it was continual. It was a kind of reoccurring theme. If it wasn't, initially it was the governor and her husband, but then it became other commissioners, and not only did they call me, but they called other members of my staff.
NBC's Savannah Guthrie is traveling with Sarah Palin. And Savannah, Palin insists the firing of Safety Commissioner Walter Monaghan was related to insubordination on budget issues. She says it's not anything to do with her former brother-in-law. If there's nothing to hide, why isn't she just cooperating with investigators?
Well, I'll tell you what McCain advisors in Alaska say. They say while she initially did agree to cooperate, that it's unlikely that she would now. And I think what we're talking about there is whether or not she'd give an interview to this special investigator who was hired by the state committee there, the Judiciary Committee. And what they say is that this investigation has become politicized. They say that the chairman of the Senate Judiciary Committee has made comments in the press, such as there's going to be an October surprise, and basically indicating that he'd prejudged the case. So they claim that's the basis for her being unlikely to cooperate at this point. On the other hand, the investigators would say, look, we've tried to de-escalate this. We've moved up the date of the final report so that it's further away from Election Day. So these are the claims and counterclaims that are going back and forth. But obviously the McCain campaign is trying to play offense here, releasing some emails yesterday that they showed that the real reason this guy was fired was because of disagreements over budget issues, and they tried to put the email chain out there to verify that. So in some respects, both camps could be accused of playing this a little bit in the press.